Things don't always go how you want them to go, man. They do not. We're supposed to have the closing. We're selling 24 units over Milwaukee. We'll be, if if this sale goes through, we'll be out of the Milwaukee market completely. Then it's supposed to close on the 22nd. The offer of purchase said closing no longer than the 22nd. I go to closing. The sellers, I keep saying sellers, the buyers wanted to close remotely. Fine, okay. I went to the closing office. We use First American Title all the time. They know what they're doing. They're awesome, legit company. You don't have to worry about anything that they do. Everything's always done right. They handle all of our 1031s and stuff as well. So I show up there, and we've kind of been a little bit worried about this group just because they have a ton of single-family homes, a ton. I'm talking like 300, 400, but they've never done a multifamily deal. So we're a little bit skeptical coming into the thing. It's like, are they going to close? Are they not going to close? The way they went about it was a little peculiar. Show up to the closing. I sign my documents, and then all of a sudden they call in, and it actually ends up not really being the buyers that are kind of messing this stuff up. It was the lender. For some reason, they use a lender, some bank out of California, and that bank sucks. They're ridiculous as far as like timeliness and their whole procedures. They're just completely whack, doing stuff that I've never heard of lenders doing before. So I don't know if they don't have experience either in multifamily or what, but so they said due to there was a fire and explosion in Madison last Friday, and they said due to the fire and explosion we're going to be delayed, even though they had the rest of the Friday, and then obviously the entire day Monday. The explosion was Friday. We're going to be delayed. It's like, how are you even delayed when you weren't even in the city and your office was not affected by the explosion? Like, on our side, the First American Title has an office right downtown Madison. They were the ones significantly affected. They had 7 closings that day still, even without power. They went to another office and were able to work it out. So that was their excuse. I was not super thrilled with that, but it's like, what are you going to do? Obviously, we're in a position where we can take the earnest money and just take the deal as well. I have a couple other deals lined up though where I'd prefer to sell it. So the brokers take me to lunch. They give me a free pair of sunglasses. We eat, and in the middle of the lunch, the buyer representative calls from the company that's buying, and the two brokers. I just sat at the table. The two brokers walked away because the conversation got a little loud. I could hear them yelling a little bit. And they were like 20 yards, 30 yards away from me. They come back to the table. They said, it's not getting done today. It's not getting done today. So we just continued to eat our meal. And obviously it's like, what am I going to do? Be pissed about it? In that moment, I get really mad about things. And like, I can feel it in the inside. And I can feel like my inside's like about to boil. But it's like, what are you going to do? So I kind of just forgot about it right away. Moved forward. Went on with the rest of my day. We signed the amendment for it to be done today. So everything was supposed to be signed. The loan documents were supposed to get out yesterday for the buyers to sign. Well, the lending institution never got the documents out. They're California time, plus they're California. So already being in California, where shit is so slow. Sorry if you're from California, but you guys move turtle pace compared to Midwest and East Coast. Turtle pace, like. You guys' days don't even start till 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is like noon here. So it's like noon, 1 o'clock today. We didn't even hear anything from the lending. Finally, at like 2:35 Central Standard Time, we finally hear from them. They didn't have the documents out yet to the sellers. Well, 4 Central Time is the last time that they can take wires. Our title company can take money wires in. So it was a scramble today. We decided to sign one more amendment for tomorrow, and if that's not signed, we're probably going to end up keeping the earnest money, and the deal is still going to be ours. That being said, like, once again though, today for 0.02 seconds, like, my internal organs and intestines and blood and everything was just boiling. But then it's like, once again, you just have to move on because crap happens, and if you let it debilitate you, is that the right word, debilitate? If you let it debilitate you, if you let it paralyze you, then nothing else is gonna get done the rest of the day. And so you just gotta, when you go through a rough patch, when you go through unexpected things, when you go through rough patches, you gotta be able to just move forward through them. And yeah, like if you have to take it out, let it go, let it go right now, and then move on. And when you move on to, what you're gonna find is, I always find when I start taking action on something else and just move ahead, like, hey, fine, we're still gonna own the deal, then everything does ultimately end up working out. Versus if you just sit there worrying about it, have horrible negative thoughts towards it, and putting out negative energy, then what you want to happen ultimately might not happen. So, yeah, how do you react when negative things happen in your day? What's your response? And maybe should you change that response, do you think? Or do you think you're going about it the right way? Am I going about it the right way or the wrong way? I don't really care what your opinion is. I would just love to see you comment below so we can have some conversation about it. We'll talk to you guys soon.